Hello, it's your friendly local anti-feminist inquisitor here to let you know that I don't think the new Doom movie, Doom Annihilation, is actually a feminist film. I can't really find much in the way of evidence for it, and the things that I have found are very, very wishy-washy. I mean, I would see any sort of intersectional feminist coming out hard against the things that I've seen tweeted as being exclusionary. Because intersectional feminism is a complete cancer. This is the director, Tony Giglio, and he seems like a really nice guy. He just seems like a dude who likes sports and loves his daughter, and he's just he seems like a regular dude. He doesn't seem to be ill-intentioned. I spent like a while browsing through his Twitter timeline, and I found nothing of any particular note, frankly. I just couldn't find anything that I thought was particularly suspicious in that regard, And so I went and looked through Amy Manson's Twitter feed, and she's the lead actress of the film. I mean, there were. I must have spent 20 minutes scrolling through a timeline and saying, okay, this is really normal, right? Nothing exciting is sticking out apart from like a couple of things that are really milquetoast. She once, in 2016, tweeted out a Guardian article, "Women reign on our favourite TV shows, but fewer involved in making them." That's pretty bad, I'll admit. But, I mean, she didn't comment on it. She's, maybe it was just something she read and tweeted, whatever, right? And then, Courage in Filmmaking Award, indeed, to Sarah Gavron, suffragette film. I haven't cried that much in a long time. Gripping self-worth, women's history. I don't know, I mean, I've not seen it. Again, it was back in 2016, and okay, so she was talking about women's history. So what? That's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I agree with women having the vote, obviously. So it's one of these things where it's like, well, that's a nothing. And then we come to this tweet, which is the one that got heavily ratioed, as you can see there, 286 likes, 819 comments. And the tweet is, "Who needs a Doom guy? Middle finger, fist, and then official taking over boss Doom movie, Doom tearing shit up." That, I mean, unnecessarily provocative, I would say, but again, not really necessarily very intersectional. I mean, she used white hands for the middle finger and the fist for a start, but maybe she was just, not using digital blackface. Who knows how woke she is? But it's more the dickishness of it that is what I think people are picking up on. But people yelling, "Great job, SJW." I'm not sure she is. I really don't think that any of these people are actually SJWs as we understand, actual SJWs to be. I think that the problem that they have is they just made a bad-looking movie. I mean, again, haven't seen the film at this point, so maybe it's a really great film. Maybe I have no idea, right? And inherently, there is nothing wrong with having a female lead in a Doom movie, in the same way as Aliens sort of thing, There is nothing inherently bad about these things. Obviously, as with any film, it's just how it's done. Now, I mean, I don't even understand what the premise of the film is exactly, because, I mean, in the plot of the games, you were the last guy alive on your ship after losing, the entire squad that had been sent down to Mars had been killed. And so you were going down there to find out what's happened, leaving you just stranded on Mars or whatever, and the only person to take out the demonic invasion. So, I mean, you could frame... I watched the trailer again, and it's a squad of people walking around, and she's part of it, or presumably leading it, or something like that, right? So, okay, you could say this is effectively a prequel to the Doom story. So, Doom guy is, still on the ship. They're all about to go and get slaughtered. Not a bad idea. Not a bad premise at all. Let's see what happened to the Marines before the Doom guy came down. That's a perfectly viable and valid plot line. Nothing wrong with that. Basically, what I would presume the plot of the 2005 Doom movie is, and as I understand it, it is actually meant to be a reboot, which honestly I think is a bad idea, because I think the 2005 Doom actually had a lot of sort of campy goodness to it. In the same, I view in the kind of same light as Hardcore Henry. It's just it's not something that is necessarily objectively good. It's not something a wide audience would necessarily find appealing. But if you're a fan of Doom and you like the kind of way that the thing had been framed, then you can enjoy it. But obviously you recognise it's not the world's most brilliant film. But But this just looks bad. That's the problem. It just doesn't look like a good film. And like I said with the Ghostbusters reboot, you know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad film. But, man, 45,000 downvotes on just this one particular one. There was another one apparently that had like 30,000 downvotes. I'm like, oh, God. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I think it looks terrible. But now I'm starting to feel kind of bad for them. You know, because I don't think that they're necessarily poorly intentioned people. I just think that maybe they didn't know what they were doing. But again, I haven't seen the film, so I shouldn't judge. All I can do is judge on the trailer. But I do feel bad for them because they respond, well, that didn't go as planned. Because there were loads of reaction videos. Mine wasn't the only one, obviously. And yeah, people aren't being kind about it, really. You know, it's... I don't know, is it like a Doom movie with Doom guy and feminist overtones? I have to agree with Chris French here. Woman lead does not exactly mean feminist overtones. You never say that Aliens had a feminist overtone. And again, a Doom movie doesn't necessarily have to focus around Doom guy. I mean, it's a universe. You know, there's a story before Doom guy is introduced to the story. There's, you know, events that have happened. So there's nothing wrong with it. Or you could do something after Doom guy. You know, in a you know, maybe this is like a reinforcement squad or something. Whatever. You can do a lot of that. But I think, I mean, a lot of people like, you know, this looks just like a shit film. And that really sucks, because what a waste of the license. You know, you could have done something quite creative. And I brought up Hardcore Henry already, because that was the comment I pinned on the previous video. If you're going to do a Doom movie, you don't really know what to do with it, and you want to do something original with it, well, not entirely original, because it happened in the 2005 film as well, but you should have done it Hardcore Henry style. And then you could have had the main character that we see through the protagonist's eyes being a woman, and people wouldn't have complained, because they would have assumed that they, the viewer watching through the eyes, was the Doom guy. And it would have felt much more like a homage to the actual games, rather than, you know, some chick being like, hey, yeah, fuck you, we're taking over your franchise and we're tearing shit up. It's like, well, brilliant. I'm a fan of Doom, right? And I know a lot of other people are fans of Doom. And is that really what you want to do to someone, to the fans of a franchise? I mean, are you co-opting it for something? Because, I mean, you don't appear to be co-opting it for feminism, really. You seem to be co-opting it to be a dick about it. And so you get kickback from the community.